And we want to go outside of Youngkin's headquarters, and we do this because there's so many people inside Youngkin's headquarters. The way we transmit signals is not working so well inside. So outside, we have Chris Walker standing by, who's a spokesperson for the GOP. Chris, you guys got to be pretty excited, right?
Hey, Leland, great to be with you. Yes, we're very excited, and it's a good problem to have when there's so many people inside. We had to come outside for this interview. It's a really great night for us.
All right. Got to tell you, though, that the Associated Press and the other networks, including News Nation, haven't called the race yet. Are you guys celebrating a little too soon?
No, I think you're going to see when all the votes are counted that Glenn Youngkin's going to be victorious. And it's a clean sweep with Winsome Sears also as lieutenant governor and Jason Miyares as attorney general. We've got a great shot at winning the House in Virginia. This is really a repudiation of President Biden. And as you played in your intro, Vice President Harris, we actually are using her words in this case. We feel like this is a great omen for 2022 and beyond. It's a repudiation of what people have seen over the first 8-9 months of President Biden's administration and the failures of his policies.
You said the word policy is pretty interesting, which is an interesting point. Glenn Youngkin ran on policies, not personalities. Broad strokes here, Terry McAuliffe ran against personality, trying to make this about President Trump. Does that say the path to victory for Republicans comes down to policy, not personality?
Well, I think it's a combination of things. Honestly, we look at any election and any race and its merits directly, but this is a great open for us for next year. But Glenn Youngkin ran a local campaign. He talked about the issues and that are important to Virginia parents and in suburban areas. Where it's education. I'm a dad, but when Terry McAuliffe said that parents shouldn't tell teachers and schools what to teach their children, that was completely wrong. And that was really an inflection point. It showed that the Democrats are completely out of step where Virginians are, and that's why we continue to see the success of Governor-elect Youngkin. He ran a local race. He ran a state-based race. And Terry McAuliffe did everything he could to try to nationalize it, bring every national surrogate in the race, and it failed.
Certainly Terry McAuliffe did bring every national surrogate he could find. President Obama, President Biden, Kamala Harris came a couple of times, and a number of others. I appreciate you got Governor-elect Youngkin in there, if that's what you all are calling him. Interestingly enough, David Drucker from the Washington Examiner had some great reporting that you all are already sending out fundraising emails and saying that there are more races or additional races that you view in play now. If indeed Youngkin is able to turn this around from Virginia Biden plus 10 to red plus 2 or 3 points right now, if these numbers hold, is there something new that comes into play that wasn't before?
Well, I don't think so. We really haven't changed. What we've seen is the Democrats' vision and policies really come into focus for most voters. So we didn't really have to change our position. Glenn Youngkin was always talking about the issues. He was always in favor of school choice. And, we saw last night at his rally, Terry McAuliffe was talking about, President Trump, and Glenn Youngkin was talking about the DMV. So, again, it's local issues. It's what matters. How is government going to solve problems and get this economy going, get jobs going? We've seen just the failure after failure of inflation, of, the supply chain crisis, of all of the, Afghanistan. Over and over again, we're seeing just consistent failure from Democrats, and voters have said they've had enough, and we're excited about where we can go with that. But from a perspective of the Republican Party, we have a lot of big races next year. We've got to win back the House and the Senate to be able to really put a stop to the Biden agenda.
All right. Well, the one place that nobody was talking about, and even I sort of laughed at somebody who talked about it to me today, was New Jersey, where right now Jack Cattarelli is up by about a point. And this one we have to be even more careful about in terms of talking the numbers here. But Cattarelli's up by about a point, depending on which data set you look at. There's still a lot of the vote left out. It's 85% in. But are we looking at something that would be even more shocking than a 2016 victory by President Trump? Nobody even thought this was humanly possible.
Well, I think it remains to be seen what happens in New Jersey, but the fact that it's this close is already a win for Republicans. The idea that a state that you mentioned in your last segment that Joe Biden won by 15 points to have a 15-point swing like this is again a real indication. And again, I think that's a big point to remind all the viewers tonight is these are two blue states, New Jersey and Virginia. Virginia is a blue state. This is a state that Joe Biden won by 10 points. But it's because Republicans are connecting with voters in a real way and talking about the issues that matter to them and really having the right answers to solutions that are, just facing this country right now. I think we're going to, a great result in New Jersey is where we are right now in the sense that this is a really, really tight race. And we'll see what happens. I think Jack Ciattarelli has a really good chance at winning because of this same phenomenon that's going on.
All right. Hey, Chris, we got to run. We appreciate it. Thanks for the time. Go back and enjoy the party. Well, real quick, do you know if Glenn Youngkin's going to talk tonight?
I think we're waiting to see all the votes tabulated. I know Fairfax County had a delay tonight, but we anticipate a victory speech tonight, yes.
Gotcha. All right. Thanks so much. Go back and enjoy the party. There's the latest